In the last couple of years, I've invested a lot of money into growing our sales department, and having spent $100,000 on sales training and sales people, I've learned 4 very interesting things that I want to share with you in today's video. Firstly, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name's John Penberthy. I'm the founder of a marketing education company called Ad Clients. We've done over $15 million online selling our courses and our coaching programs, and we specialize in helping people like you to scale the sales of your course or coaching program as well. I'm pleased you're here. Today in this video, I want to talk about all things sales. If we go back 2 years, it might even be 3 years now, I started to get very interested in the high ticket sales model. My background was selling $500 courses, $1,000 courses. They can be sold what we call one-to-many, right? You do a webinar, you make an offer, some of them buy, some of them don't, that's it. There's no phone call required. But as soon as you get up to packaging up, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 coaching packages, it's a whole different ballgame, right? There needs to be a phone call in there somewhere, whether it's me or you as the business owner, or whether we hire salespeople to come and help us. And that put us on a journey of learning more about this model, more about this industry. And if you've been following me for any time at all, you'll know that if I want to learn something new, I usually just go find the person who's the best in the industry, pay whatever fee they want, and benefit from those shortcuts. And so I started to hunt around, and I was jumping into different coaching programs, and I was hiring different sales training coaches, and accumulatively have spent over $100,000 on this education. I remember there was one company, they had a $20,000 setup fee, and then there was a monthly management fee. I think we gave that company, over the lifetime of working with them, over $100,000 just with them. Then there's another $25,000 coaching and a few other bits and pieces. Anyway, there are 4 very important things that I have learned on this journey. And by the way, since adopting the high ticket model, we've added an additional $2 million a year for our company's revenue. So it was a worthwhile investment, but there's 4 things that I think will benefit you no matter what size your company is right now, even if it's just you taking sales calls yourself. The first thing that I learned, having been trained by a few different people now, is that everyone talks about having a unique script, a unique sales process, right? That if you come into their coaching, they're going to teach you their dedicated, specific way of handling a sales call. And everyone seems to say that. Now, if that was true, then that would mean there's 5, 10, 20, 30 different ways of doing sales calls if there's 5, 10, 20, 30 different sales trainers. What I've learned is that they are all a carbon copy of each other with just a custom wrapper over the top. A sales call follows the same flow, and everyone teaches it the same way, but just with different lingo and with perhaps some subtle changes, subtle nuances. Of course, if you're looking at a script, there's going to be some added differences with different people that teach it. But if you step back 40,000 foot view, don't believe the hype that everyone has a completely unique way of doing sales. They're all very, very similar, and they follow the same framework. The second thing that I've learned that I want to share with you is actually that word framework. So most people talk about having a script, and they're going to sell you their script. They're going to give you access to their script, and you just read off of this script word for word, and if you just say exactly what I tell you to say, you'll start closing sales. And I'm telling you, that is not the case. If you access someone's script and it's word for word, that is actually going to harm you more than help you. Because if you read it like that, you're going to sound like a robot. There is no ability for you to ebb and flow with the direction of the conversation. It's not going to flow very well. So with sales, it's not about having a script, it's about having frameworks. And we call a framework a script, but it's very important that it's not word for word, that it is top to bottom. This is how the sales call should flow. This is the framework, but there's room for you to navigate through that phone call a little bit and add a bit of extra seasoning on that phone call as well. The third thing that's really important for you to know is that a lot of people talk about in this world of sales that, you just want to sign up anyone that you can, right? Like that's the whole point of sales, is that you've got someone on the phone, they're a prospect, let's do everything we can to get them across the line. I don't believe that. And I think we've done better by actually not adopting that motto and instead focusing on doing what's right for the prospect on the phone. So my advice for you is don't go on every single call fully intending to close that person. anyone with a credit card and a pulse that's remotely interested in your offer, let's try and get them across the line. No, we don't do that, and I don't recommend you do that either. You want to get on that phone call and you want to ask the right questions to genuinely figure out if moving forward on your program is the right next step for that prospect. If it is, great. You'll be able to offer them with even greater sincerity, and that's going to come across. And if it's not right for them, then you can tell them that and point them off in another direction. And it's my belief, and we can see it in our numbers, that if you do that, you'll actually have a greater number of sales that come in as a result of actually pushing some away, because the people you do offer to feel that sincerity and convert at a higher rate. Instead of just offering to everyone you speak to, that comes across to the prospects, and actually a far lower number of them actually do convert. So it's better for the prospect, and it's actually better for you as well. And the fourth and final thing that I've learned, and this is only going to help those of you that perhaps are interested at some point in building a sales team. Maybe you don't want to be taking calls yourself forever, right? You're taking them in the beginning now while your business is getting some momentum, but eventually you know that you want to replace yourself on the phone and bring someone in. The fourth thing that I've learned is that you cannot just take what a salesperson says as fact. You need to actually test them on the phone. Many salespeople, believe it or not, are actually very good at selling themselves. That's the industry that they're in. And I've seen it time and time again now where someone will, talk a big talk, right? I've been on other sales teams and I'm closing 50, 60, 70% of the people that I speak to, and yada, yada, yada. And it sounds good, it sounds convincing, but you test them on your offer and they can't convert for anything. And maybe you gave that position to that person instead of another candidate because of what they said. So when we're hiring new salespeople, we're not really listening when they say that they're converting at 50, 60, 70%, right? That goes in one ear and out the other. What we're retaining from what they say is we're trying to get a feel for the type of person they are. Are they coachable? Are they motivated? Can they hold a good conversation? Are they confident on the phone? That's the stuff we're looking for. And if we feel good about the person, we'll test them on the phone. Not saying that the numbers that they were quoting were a lie, they might be true. But what I've also learned is that someone can be really good at selling one thing, but put them into a different industry on a different offer, and they won't convert very well at all. And so those numbers, not really listening to them. We're going to be hiring based on the person, and then we test them out, and then we let those numbers tell us if they're worthy of staying on the team or not. So that's what I got for you today. Hopefully that was helpful. If you want to learn more about this model, then I've got a free resource for you. It's called the Webinar Funnel Cheat Sheet. You might say, John, why are you talking about webinars? We were just talking about sales. One of the best ways to book high quality sales appointments on your calendar and have those people actually convert into clients is where you generate those calls from. And we believe a webinar funnel and a webinar presentation is the most effective, the most profitable sales vehicle to turn a stranger into a red hot, ready to buy client. And I want to teach you all about it. It's really cool. There's a free resource down there below. You can access it for free. Take a look through that. I think you'll really enjoy it. That being said, hope this video was helpful for you. Do me a favor, hit the like button on this video. It really helps our channel. Also subscribe to the channel. We put out new content every single week, and I hope to see you on a future video very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.